$12,000 for a jetboard. I can buy same half the price on Alibaba. Every single sad story starts the same. There is a good Russian proverb saying, a greedy man pays twice, and today I'm going to show you why. Hi guys, I'm Mike, and in this short video I'm going to show you how to avoid scams when buying a cheap jetboard from China. Before we start, a full disclaimer, I'm not selling anything, I'm not affiliated with any jetboard brands, so at the end of the day I don't really care what jetboard you're going to buy. What really matters to me is that our market is getting ruined by all the scrappy jetboards coming from China. That's why I believe they have to be exposed. Also, I have nothing against China, and I'm looking at you, coronavirus. I have been working with Chinese factories for many years. I've even traveled to China personally. I visited factories, I visited canton fairs, so I know what I'm talking about. With that being said, let's get started. Usually when people see ridiculously high price of official jetboards or efoils, it's like $12,000, $10,000, they start thinking, okay, let the suckers pay for that. I'm a smart one. Let me search Alibaba or AliExpress, and I'm sure I'm going to find exactly the same, half the price. If you don't know, Alibaba is the biggest marketplace in China. It's similar to Amazon in US. They go there, they search for electric jetboards, electric surfboards, and oh my god, look at these guys. 2,900, 2,200. It's like 3 times cheaper than official price. See? Exactly same looking. Boards half the price, third the price. Now we are talking. Well, with all the excitement you are getting blinded by the scam and get into their trap. So let me show you all the pitfalls and how you can avoid the mistakes and make an educated decision when choosing a jetboard. First of all, there are outright scams here that simply steal the photos and videos of the legit brands and post them. Look at this. So let me scroll down. So here you have photos of ESURF. And these guys again stole the photo of ESURF. These guys stole the photo of Flightboard, which is 12,000 and showing the price 1,700. So this kind of seller is outright scam. There's nothing to even discuss here. They're not going to send you official product. It's just false advertising and probably should be removed. But Alibaba doesn't care about it, because once they sell one unit to the naive buyer, then they just recreate the new listing and keep going this scam all over again. The second type of Alibaba jetboard seller is also a scam, but it's not very clear from the start. They do have a board and they will ship you if you pay, so frankly speaking they don't fall under scam category. However, you're still going to lose all the money. In the end, you're going to get a dangerous piece of plastic with a battery that's going to leak, rust, and most likely put your house on fire. Lies, lies, and more lies. So let's cover each category. First of all, the price. The price is a pure lie. This price you see if you come personally to Chinese factory and take it from there. But if you are ordering, you can easily add 700 to 1000 to the shipping fee and then a ridiculous import tax, which can come up to 60% of the product price. So let me give you an example of what I did. I ordered a $400 drone from China. On top of that, I paid 200 USD shipping fee. So I paid 600. Out of 600, I had to pay additionally 395 import tax when it arrived to Portugal. You see how quickly the price is going to increase. So you can easily double the price of what you see here before you even get the board. Next, you are going to spend up to 2 months getting stuck with all the paperwork, all the certificate papers, customs papers, so it's just a nightmare. Moreover, make sure that the battery they have European certification, because it's dangerous goods, and if you are going to import dangerous goods from China, you better have all the papers right. Otherwise it can be declined or you can be fined. So, if you are ordering to Europe or US, you can start by simply doubling the price of what you see here. Next, the looks. I do agree, many of these boards look exactly the same on the photos as legit brands. What Chinese factories do, they send the agents to the races, to the trade shows, they take photos and try to duplicate and recreate the nice and pretty look. The devil is always in details. The visual nice look on the photos mean nothing to real rider. If your board is leaking, hatches and screws get rusty after the first use in salty water, and the battery sets your house on fire. I don't even mention the crappy remote control that never work, never synchronize, and they are not even waterproof in many cases. The glossy surface will make you slip, and the quality of the board is just questionable. So yeah, if you want to put this on the shelf from the start, get it, but if you want to ride the board actually in salty water, then stay away from all that. Now the characteristics. Lies, lies and more lies. The weight, riding time, charging time, most of these are just blatant lies. You can't go yourself to China and verify it, but even if you do, like our friend Eric did, they will show you the board, and when he tried to ride it and it ran out of battery in 10 minutes, they said, "Oh, sorry, we forgot to charge it." These lies just never stop. The bottom line, all the specs they post are just blatant lies, and in best case you get a board that gives you 10-15 minutes riding time, if you're lucky and it even starts. Let's take a look here. This is the PDF that they sent to me from one of the companies. First of all, this is a board. This is a photo of JETSURF. It has nothing to do with the crappy board. It's a photo from JETSURF race. Now, finally, the product. As you can see, this is the most likely a photoshopped 3D rendering, but you cannot see an actual product here. Again, if you don't put attention, it might look nice to you, but if we look deeper, you can see a lot of problems with this board. It's glossy, the quality is very low, the hatch has screws, so most likely it will get rusty. The handle has low quality, so everything is here is not as good as it seems. Now the specs. All of the specs is a complete lie. So maximum speed 55 km per hour. Well, if a child is on this board, then maybe, but if you are like me, 80 kilograms, you'll never get 55 from this board. Work time at maximum speed 30 minutes. Complete bullshit. Average work time 40 minutes. Look, it's just impossible with this board. In reality, it's more like 10-15 minutes. 20 if you're super lucky. Even best boards that we have right now, like JetSurf Electric, E-Wave, they are lucky if they get 35 minutes. And they have much more powerful battery. Now they have battery 72 volts. Over 60 is not even allowed in Europe, so good luck importing this board to Europe. Next, max load 110 kilograms. That's a joke. 110 is maybe for Carver X and maybe for JetSurf, very powerful boards, but for boards like this, if you're over 75, forget about it. Okay, net weight 32 kilograms. It's more like 35. So you see, almost everything is a blatant lie, and it's really hard to verify, because how will you do it? Will you go to China yourself? Now the details. All looks good. Now look at this. And the handle the use is from suitcase, so it will get rusty after the first use. And the battery. You see guys, there is a reason why the legit boards have battery that is so heavy. Take a look. And the professional battery has a housing that is made of metal. This will make sure this waterproof housing protects you in case something goes wrong. And it of course makes the battery very heavy. The batteries they use are from, electric skateboards, electric bikes. They have nothing to do with water. They use plastic housing, which is okay maybe for one use, but after it gets hot, after it gets in salty water, it starts expanding, it starts cracking, and then good luck with that. When salty water gets inside this crappy battery, you better keep it away from your house. And now surfing show, look at this crap. It just makes me laugh, because look, This photo is from a Wake Ravik, it's stolen photo. And this is the best part. On this photo, they took a photo of me. Yeah. Oh my god. When I first saw, I couldn't believe it. It's actually a photo of me, and I'm not riding this board. It was me riding ESURF from Sweden, but which looks the same because they copied the, the style, so it looks exactly the same. But funny, right? It's all lies, lies, and more lies. So quality control. Quality control is very important, and like I said, these guys never test the board in water, in salty water, in real conditions. They send me the photos how they do it. Look at this. I hope you can see it. So they're assembling boards most likely by hand in just some sort of garage or warehouse. They have no way of testing these boards in the water. So it's like assembling electric scooter. So it's fine if you're not getting in the water, but if you put the scrap in the water, it will leak, the hatches will rust, the battery might set your house on fire. And this happened already several times, unfortunately, in the industry. That's why I'm recording this video, to warn you, because you really don't want to join the hundreds of those horror stories that you can find on the ESURF forum. So before ordering all that, ask yourself, do you really need all this hassle? Now, the most important is branding. Branding is very important. There is a reason why Chinese scam boards don't have any brand. So each time you search for, they have some sort of generic name like hot selling, high quality surfboard, water scooters equipment, new Efoil electric surfboard, hydro board, e-board, so blah 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 blah, just keywords, random keywords, generic names. They never have a brand. This way they don't have to worry about quality control, they don't need to worry about complaints of the customers, they don't need to worry about service, guarantees. Each time the naive person is buying the scrap, they just delete the listing and then recreate a new one, completely generic, all over again. And the real brands have to build their brand, they have to stand behind their product, they have to provide service, repairs, guarantees. And if people complain, then they will be in trouble. That's why all of these Chinese brands actually have no brand at all. So once again, I want to be very clear. It's not about if it's made in China or not. A lot of boards that we have, like E-Wave, they're made in China, and a lot of components of other brands are also made in China, and the batteries as well, and DJI drone is made in China. So a lot of things are made in China, but what the difference is branding. So you can have two different factories in China, completely different quality control. The one that is controlled by the person that is building the brand, he's putting much more effort into building his brand, into quality control before he's shipping his product. And the one like this generic, completely generic listing, he doesn't care, he just ships it. If you have problems, whatever, just delete it, create new one and keep on going. Finally, if after all you just heard you still want to buy a board from Alibaba and join the army of people who post the horror stories on the ESURF forum how their board broke on the first use, here are the final tips for you. First of all, check if you are dealing with factory or with a middleman called trading company. How you can recognize it? The factory usually has a page profile on Alibaba. They have also a website, and you can see they specialize on same category of products. For example, they're making electric bikes, electric scooters, electric whatever, jet ski, electric RC toys, and now they decided to do electric jetboards. So it's related. Or for example, they're doing electric outboard motors for your boat, and now they decided to do a jetboard. So you can see this kind of products are related. So they have experience in boating, they have experience in electric batteries. At least it gives you less chance of being scammed. If you're dealing with a trading company, you can see they have a huge amount of completely random products on their page. It means they're just a middleman selling everything from different factories and just making commissions. You don't really need to deal with them because they will not care about guarantees, repairs, and they have no idea about the product as well. They just send you the generic PDF like I just showed you. The second advice, use Alibaba trade insurance. You're still going to be scammed and lose your money because nobody is going to pay you back the money you paid on shipping, on import tax, on customs. So half the price you lose right away. But at least you get a slight chance of receiving a refund for the price you paid for the board itself, if you go through this tedious long process of recovering money through Alibaba trade insurance. But if you paid by bank transfer, forget about it. And that's all for today, guys. So my final advice, save some money, wait a little bit till you have it, and buy a legit brand that have a service, dealers in Europe or US, and that stand behind their brand. Trust me, you'll thank me later. And I hope you can check the reviews and interviews that I'm doing with different brands and boards to help you make an educated decision on what board to buy. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers! Bye!